Hello, lovely people of crypto, Web3, and blockchain. Welcome back to yet another daily live session by Voice of Crypto, where we talk about all things crypto, blockchain, and Web3. And today we are going to be taking a look at the massive dip that the crypto market at large took, with, of course, Bitcoin falling below the 40K US dollar mark. And that is going to be Bitcoin has to be the star of the show today because of this major drop that we saw in BTC's price, as well as the global crypto market cap also falling down below the 1.6 trillion US dollar mark and down to the 1.53 trillion US dollar mark at the moment. It's down by 4% on a daily basis, the global crypto market cap. We can see that there's an uptick in volume by almost 65%, but this could largely be sell-offs in the market because not a lot of trading activity in terms of not a lot of trading activity has been happening in terms of buying, especially as these assets test lower support levels. We will, of course, be expecting most of the altcoins as well to be testing the lower support levels. Ethereum again has fallen like a stone. So has Solana. Solana is also down below the 80 US dollar mark, and where the market stands at the moment is something that we shall find out. But for now, we do see quite a bit of distress, trouble in the market as trade volumes fail to catch up the falling price. Bitcoin, a quick look at BTC's price suggests that it is below the 39,000 US dollar mark. And up until yesterday, Bitcoin was sort of oscillating around the 39K US dollar mark. Now it's fallen below that. There's a 4% day on day loss for BTC price and over 9% loss on the weekly. Ethereum has also followed Bitcoin's footsteps and is down by over 7% on the daily, over 13% on the weekly. BNB is down by over 5%. It is finally left the 300 US dollar mark, which is a key support resistance, psychological support, in fact, for BNB's price. BNB has, of course, fallen below the 300 US dollar mark. Solana, we spoke about Solana being a great buy below the $90 mark. But currently, we can see Solana is below the 80 US dollar mark. We already know that Solana had achieved the 120 US dollar mark sometime towards the end of last year and has been falling since then. And we can expect altcoins to fall for as long as Bitcoin falls. And once, of course, Bitcoin's price stabilizes above key support levels, which we will be taking a look at shortly, we can only then expect a recovery in not just Bitcoin, but also altcoins. So, all in all, before we expect any sort of recovery for either Bitcoin or the top altcoins, we need a little bit of momentum in the market from BTC, or we need Bitcoin prices to stable down before altcoins can start to make a move. And if you take a look at some of the top, there are, of course, no gainers in the market, but if you take a look at coins that have lost the most in terms of price over the last one day, there's SATS, which is SATS, there's OKB's token, Audi, Optimism, Helium Mantle, Astar, Avalanche, Wu Networks, Wu Token, there's Pancake, Solana, all of these are down in double digit on the daily basis. That is, on a day on day basis, we can see all of them falling quite a bit. On the hourly basis, a few altcoins are managing to make a recovery, but they're all down on their daily as well as weekly. Say Network again is down by over 26% on the weekly, but it's managing to make a little bit of gains on the short-term time frame. A look at the top losers on a weekly window shows us that Bonk, which managed to create quite a few waves in the market, owing to its price skyrocketing towards the end of last year, just a couple of weeks back. But now again, we can see Bonk losing quite a bit of momentum and Same goes for Say. Say Network, of course, managed to make a new all-time high, and at the moment, it's trying to make push for a few short-term gains with its over close to 1.5% hourly gains. But on a daily and on a weekly basis, Say is still struggling and is down by over 27% on the weekly window. We see quite a few DeFi tokens right here: Optimism, Near Protocol, Mina, and Injective Helium, Avalanche. All of these are coins that did had their own rallies and managed to make quite a bit of recovery and also make new short-term highs. But at the moment, we can see all of these tokens sort of struggling in the market as Bitcoin um, struggles to keep above key psychological support resistance levels. Why is Bitcoin price down? That is the main question. That is the question of the hour. And Bitcoin, we already looked at how BTC was down um, over 7% on the daily, and this is the lowest price level that Bitcoin price has tested in the last 2 years. One reason behind Bitcoin and Bitcoin price fall was, of course, and I have been saying this for a really long time, after the ETF debut, the Sell the News event continues to sort of aid this selling pressure that we saw in Bitcoin price. The token, of course, hit a 2-year high of 49,000 US dollar of after the spot ETFs began trading on very recently on January 11th. But a lot of selling pressure was recorded as, and the selling pressure was traced back to the sale of FTX's bankruptcy estate, which dumped some 22 million shares of Grayscale's GBTC in the past few weeks. Of course, a lot of analysts claimed that ETF approval could have led to a sell the news event, which is a well-known term in capital markets, and it describes how asset prices leverage the sentiment and push prices higher that lead to a bullish environment right before the event happens, only for prices to tumble soon after it. Now, what analysts are saying is that this is likely short to this was the recent 49k US dollar high was a short to midterm top for the prices, but um, whether prices will continue to rise is something that remains to be seen. However, a lot of analysts have also claimed, basis technical analysis, that BTC is set to reach new all-time highs either this year end or early next year. And of course, price action will intensify as we near the Bitcoin halving. But um, in the near term, Bitcoin price can definitely touch the 38,000 US dollar mark. And in the long term, and before, of course, the halving happens, Bitcoin can also test the 32,000 US dollar mark. So that is something that is being expected in the market at the moment. And we will be on top of this news um, as the market action sort of market becomes more action packed. That said, the Avalanche Foundation, in another news, puts rules on plans to buy meme coins. And Avalanche Foundation has been really keen on developing its own meme coin ecosystem. However, um, there are new rules which state that only meme coins native to the Avalanche blockchain will be considered for buying. So, not clearly, not all meme coins will be equal for Avalanche Foundation, and their creators will now have to follow a set of rules before deep diving into the market of meme coins. Um, and we shall, in depth, also talk about the um, how FTT token was up 11% in the last one day. despite the broader market falling down? Well, what happened was that FTT trading volume sort of jumped to 90 million on Sunday, and the tokens allowed holders to still access benefit on the FTX exchange. However, the exchange currently is defunct, so there's nothing much that can happen on FTT other than purely retail based trading. However, the price action has intensified after FTX's bankruptcy estate dumped 22 million shares of GBDC, GBDC ETF, and these were worth nearly 1 billion and accounted for almost half of the GBDC sale since the product went live earlier this January. Prices have, of course, now stabilized, and FTT. As we talk about it, I would give a quick disclaimer about FTT and as well as most of the cryptocurrencies, which are highly volatile. Make sure to do your own research. None of what we say on these sessions is financial advice. So, yeah, guys, whenever in this market, make sure that you're making moves basis your own research. That said, we will be wrapping up today's session, and tomorrow, of course, we have our weekly live session with Hemily, the Bit Blonde, where we will be discussing this recent drop in prices that Bitcoin as well as a lot of altcoins saw. And watch out for that, of course. And in the meantime, stay vigilant and keep your bags intact. Bye bye. I will see you tomorrow with more updates from the crypto, blockchain, and Web3 market.